Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for July 30th through August 5th, 2018. So let's take a moment to take a deep breath and to really align with the frequency of your higher being. Just allow yourself to relax and just think of every part of your body just relaxing into the frequency of your soul. And right now, as you're doing this, unicorns are coming into your vibration, into your frequency, helping to raise it to a pure vibration of unconditional love. And if you would allow them as well, they'll help to open your third eye and to secure and protect your alignment and connection with your higher being. And just allow yourself to feel their presence and their love. They're sending you so much love right now. And this is the time for powerful manifestations they're writing out. Very powerful manifestations that your soul, and this is what they're writing out, this is a time of powerful manifestations that your soul is going to reveal to you and through you. And they're writing the word soft, so they give me a sense. Is they want you to soften your heart. And they write the word failure. It seems like they want you to be gentle with yourself. They want you to allow your heart to be open to the world like a newborn baby. That's what they're saying. They keep writing this out. They want you to just be open. And they're writing baby boy, and it feels like they're speaking to someone who is either pregnant or has been trying to get pregnant, and you've had some difficulties conceiving. And the unicorns are here to help you to connect in with the pure vibration of love, unconditional love. And they would ask you, as they're showing me their horns now for the first time, they're asking you to allow them to touch your body and your soul with their horn. And their horn is really pure source energy. It's just we see it as a horn, but it's actually light. It's pure source energy. And they're asking for your permission to touch your soul, your spirit, and your body to fill you with this pure divine frequency. And they're giving me the sense that this light of source is filled with abundance. It's filled with everything that you need. The source, the light of source is complete. And when you receive it and when it is given, it comes with the complete package of provisions that you require. There's nothing lacking within your soul. And there's nothing that you need to do better or to improve. Your soul is complete. Your soul is not searching for something to make it whole. They're writing out the word blossom. The soul is always in a state of blossoming. That is to say, becoming more. But it's not becoming more because there is something missing. It is becoming more from the fullness that already exists. And the fullness that already exists is everything. It is all that is. I'm sort of guided to share with you in my voice lesson. My voice teacher shared with me a new perspective that she has recently acquired. And it had to do with the analogy of half empty, half full of the glass. And for her, she was explaining that the glass is complete because the half empty and the half full are the complete picture. It's the yin and yang. And she said she's basically arrived at this place where she appreciates both and understands that both creates this completion. So if we begin to look at our world, the contrast, all of it together collectively as being complete, because it allows us to make decisions. It enables our free will. The contrast enables your free will. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't block you. It doesn't hinder you. It informs you. It informs you, and it gives you the right to choose what you will for your life. I mean, do you understand this? That it informs you. Without the contrast, there would be less information and less choice, because you would not need to make a choice if there was only one, if it was either half empty or half full. Then all the choices would be the same. But combined, the choices create, the contrast create infinite variety. Infinite variety. And so you don't need to worry, fret over, or try to fix the inconsistencies that you feel are that need to become consistent, or you don't need to worry about what's wrong and what's not, because the contrast is allowing you to exercise free will. It's enabling you to make choices that you want to create. And the unicorns are just still around, and it's sort of like they're grazing, and they're helping you to shift your life and to find alignment with the laws of the universe, to find yourself, to find your place at the center. The laws are not working against you. The laws work with you. They work through you. The universe itself is not separate from you. It's not out there, over there, up there, down there. The universe and the frequency of source consciousness, and all who now have transitioned into the non-physical experience, is now flowing through you and sharing in what you are doing and creating. what you are thinking and what you're feeling. This oneness goes this deep, so that you you don't need to worry that you are not in alignment with God, okay, so to speak. Don't worry, don't fret over making the right decision. Don't place so much concern that you are possibly getting it wrong. You know, Source is not concerned about failure, doesn't perceive it. It just sees where you land, because where you land is a new opportunity. There's potential, new possibilities. So instead of being worried about failing, focus on where you are landing. No matter how you interact with the contrast, no matter which perspective you waver within, all of it creates growth. Your path can only be about growth. It cannot be about failure. Because even as you perceive failure and mistakes, you have in that moment perceived a lesson or enlightenment, which means that you have grown, you have evolved. And when you evolve, the entire universe evolves, because the whole entire universe is flowing through you, with you, unconditionally. You are not having any of your thoughts alone. They are shared and they are exalted and they are encouraged. They are praised. They are looked upon with awe, because the universe does not see you as less or more, but like unto itself. At the core of your being, your soul or your spirit is very high vibrational, 7th dimensional. Every soul is that and above. So therefore, you are at the core of who you are, that which you don't consistently focus upon, but that does not change the nature of who you are. That aspect of you is the full extension and embodiment of Source. And Source is a vast consciousness. A vast consciousness that is always blooming in all of its parts, which are not really acting in part. But this is the only way that our ego, third dimensional mind, can grasp this. But we're trying to help you to break that three-dimensional barrier and understand that your loved one. So it was like this week I had this sense of my mother. And I realized that the closer that when I was thinking about her is in her separate form, but spiritually now, non-physical, was not the full package, as opposed to that she was sharing with me, as all of Source Consciousness is, sharing and involved and creating with, in this whole process. And it took it to a whole nother level of experience of her soul. And it was like hearing a high frequency star, if you can imagine what that, or crystal, or like high pitched overtones, trying to find words to describe it. But it was a brighter, higher expression of light. And so this is what the unicorns want to help bring, if you give them permission to touch your soul with this pure light from source consciousness, which comes from a ninth dimension. Okay? And what they want to do is they want to help bring you up to a higher frequency, the sixth and the fifth and sixth dimensions of heaven. They're writing out. Some of you are getting ready to have access to these dimensions. And also, this is why you'll be going through significant changes. They're revealing right now. They're showing me the angel number 595. And it's this is a message. There's a bunch of numbers I was receiving before, but they all seem to revolve around the career. It says, change your career so that it is more spiritually centered. Now, I'm going to say to you right away, this change can happen within the career. It's not so much about the career as it is the way you interact in your career or your life. This is about you becoming more spiritually focused. That's to say, you put the priorities of your soul first, that you show the world or you give of yourself in the most authentic capacity that is available to you in every moment. This is to say, to do your best at being mindful of the intuitive and inspired ideas, the solutions, and how you interact and what you provide, the kind of product or service that you provide. It's like an enhancement of what you're offering right now. It will automatically make it more intimate, more profound in your connections through the career. But if you find that you've been guided to change your career to something that honors your spirit, that honors your soul, that allows you to be who you truly are, and allows the authentic capacity that you are capable of providing. This is what they would wish, or what they mean by a spiritually, hold on 1 minute, a spiritually centered career. That is because some people want to go right to thinking that they're telling everybody to leave the mainstream work and to start doing a healing business. But the thing is that you do realize that this entire universe comes from, or its source is spirit. Every aspect of this universe, its source is spirit. So therefore, our world is spiritual. You are spirit. And the way that you interact is spiritual. But the thing that has happened is that we become less aware and we're less mindful as we live it. And this is the huge shift that we are all going to experience first and foremost. I don't know what conditions are being imagined about the golden new age, but this is truly it. That as we live spiritually minded. It is the priority. This is what I feel is the new golden age, is that the priority is to place the spiritual desire and fulfillment at the center of all transactions and interactions, and how we present ourselves, that we no longer have to conceal, and that we won't be able to, because when everyone's heart is open, there will be complete transparency. Once all of our chakras are opened and especially our hearts are open at the highest dimensions capable, at that full capacity, we will all have complete transparency. And not like you're going to be seeing, and I'm just going to say this to be funny, but you're not going to be, seeing what people, like you have an x-ray vision, you're going to see what people look like with their, underneath their clothing. It's not like that. But you will see beyond the veil, and no longer misjudge our planet, misjudge our physical universe, nor will you misjudge another soul or any life form ever again. You will be aware, you will sense the purity of light. And the unicorns coming through are going to help us with that this week, to help us to begin to get glimpses, of this beauty that is available to us. And they're writing the word lust, and I guess what they're saying is that they're giving us a taste so that we begin to desire it. And that will help create the shift, because it will create a tipping point for each of us on the planet. Don't worry about what other people are doing or are not doing. Don't worry. And I'm not saying don't witness. I'm not saying don't be proactive. But what I'm saying is don't worry. Very different. I'm not telling you to sit back and not do anything. But what I'm saying is don't worry about what's going wrong in the world. That's all I'm saying. But be a witness of the fullness. If you can be a witness of the full, and not only of either half empty or half full, but if you can be a witness of the completion of all that is, all the contrast, you will be activate this point of transformation, high spiritual, high frequency transformation. You will be sort of like the cell tower, or the influencer, because the highest vibration or the highest perspective of light is truly in the position of the most influence and power. So if you are carrying, once you are able to perceive it, you carry it, and you become an activator. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be there, and you will create. And sometimes people will have the contrasting reactions to your light, but it's just because you're shifting something within them. And it doesn't matter how they display it, on which side of the contrast they act it out. It's still drawing them towards the same truth. Okay, let's take a look at. I got to go to the weekly card. Let's take a look at the angel message. Okay, so we haven't had this card in a number of years, and so we have the Archangel Ariel, and her name means the lioness of God. So be courageous and stand up for your beliefs is the message here. And the way to do this is exactly how we're explaining it to you. Okay? To the only way that you can really, first of all, you want to stand up for something you truly believe, and something you truly believe in, and something that truly has value and that can truly impact the situation from a place of true power. And this is where your spirituality comes in. Your spirituality and your ability to see the contrast as being completion. So first, allow yourself to be aware of how the situation is enlightening you. What is it? How is it creating growth? Because it is. And once you are aware of where you're blossoming, then it's up to you to draw attention to that. Draw attention to your growth, not the can't even find the word, because we shouldn't be trying to find the word. But don't focus on the negative. Okay? But once you find that growth, it's your role then to hold this, to witness it, and to share it with those who are available and ready to receive it. And not everyone is ready to receive it. When somebody's in a place where they're not listening, where they're like, and they're just going on, they're ranting, they're not ready. So don't try. Last week I tried to help two people listen to each other, because it sounded like it was going to get kind of heated, or it really was getting there. It was already there, but it was on the lower scale. And in doing so, because I tried to help them to hear each other when they weren't ready, then I was drawn into it, and I'm the one that channeled their energy, their heat. So, I immediately after that, I was really I was embarrassed, and I was so ashamed that I had, gone, that happened. But then I realized, okay, this is what I learned. Don't try to help two people listen when they aren't listening. You can't help everybody. And it was obvious to me as I was trying that more was coming, and I should just let them have it. And they would have to deal with whatever consequences and learn from it themselves. So, so, yeah, there was more I learned from it. But, there's all levels of growth that you get out of this, okay? So make sure that you're standing up for something that you understand first. Because if you only understand it from half empty or half full, and yet you don't understand it as complete, then you're not really standing up for the right thing. You're standing up for a side, and sides don't heal. The sides alone don't heal. We have to start bringing the full picture into our awareness and elevate the full picture. If you want to help people, help by bringing forth the full picture. If you want to help yourself, do the same. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the cards for the middle of the for the week. All right. So let's see. I've taken quite a bit of time there. All right. So at the beginning of the week, we have the Ace of Fire. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, and I know this is not typical about this card, but there is a feeling. This is a very positive card, but there is a feeling of uh, flames um, sort of going off, sparks going off. And I'm feeling this as contrast. Okay? So it's like this one thing, and I'm still seeing your unicorns. So there's this one thing where one side of it could set off, set you off in one way, meaning positive, and the other one negative. And so you are really going to have to. The thing about it is that that initial energy is full of potential, and this is what they're telling me that's so interesting about the number one, an initial energy. It it's filled with different possibilities. It could go in so many different ways. It's not concrete yet. It needs further development, which is what 2 and 3 is about, those numbers. And so um, don't get don't get disappointed. Don't start analyzing things. What they're showing me, this is a time for you. They're showing me a table, sort of like a work table. So this is a time for you, and they're showing me like sort of like architectural designs or maps or something. This is a time to start strategizing, brainstorming, bringing others to the table, so you have more ideas, so that you have more input, so you have more insight, that you get more clarity and direction. Because that initial energy is more, it's just potential. Potential is not anything yet, it's not one or the other. So, number one, don't you go there, um, in the negative way. And also, don't try to make it anything more than what it is at this point. Enjoy the potential of what is possible. Enjoy that. Be there in the moment. There's a reason when we have this ace moment, we need to be there. We need to be present with it. We need to enjoy all of the light, the truth, the insights, the ideas that are flowing, all the creativity. We need to be present with all of that. Okay? Um, so write down, all the things that are coming to you, so that you keep your mind away from thinking about all the cons at this point. And if there are cons, I caution you not to do it. But if you think you can be objective, then it's okay. But don't be afraid to, also don't be afraid, because you're afraid of failure or whatever, rejection. Don't be afraid to map it out. Don't to start a brainstorm, like it's like an artist just makes a sketch. Somebody's explaining to them, oh, this is what they're wanting, and they just make a sketch of something. Don't be afraid to do that for yourself, no matter what the circumstance is. Make out a sketch, but keep it positive. Just what you think this is going to look like, what's coming to you, this change or this new idea. Be brave, have courage, trust your inner being and your inner light. I mean, wow, the unicorns are just sort of hanging around. I'm just seeing them, and they are they're playing, they're doing very natural things. Unicorns are just ascended horses, white horses. The white horses um, um, are the higher vibrational ones, not because it's better. Okay, white is better. It's just how it represents that purity of source light. And so the unicorns are ascended horses. Okay, So they're not different from them, but they're just ascended, like angels of horses. And the horns are the light energy frequency of source that they're radiating out of their third eye, and it just looks like a horn to us, just like the angel's halo isn't this ring above their head. It's their crown chakra, because it's open. It never it doesn't waver. There's no inconsistency in their light. Okay, and look at this. I didn't even see it. I'm talking. The Magician card. We have the one energy again. So this is about that in a spiritual alignment. The same thing is occurring for you. It's I get this feeling like a new story is being written in your soul. Something is being ignited. Something is being revealed to you. And I was seeing the pentacle, which when I see it, I know that somebody has magical gifts, that they have the ability to create anything that they desire, even if they don't understand that how they're doing it, and they're not even aware of it, but they just have a sense that once they want something, they make up their mind, it happens. And it's sort of the same idea that right now you're in a place where your mind and where your spiritual mind and your physical world sort of are joining together. It's sort of like one and one together makes two. So there's a development, something like that positive, that some kind of chemistry that happens. So just know that you are ready for whatever is coming through, that you have the ability to act on this and to take charge here. Feel, if you're feeling strong, like the Archangel Ariel, you're feeling like you have this newfound confidence. Okay, trust that feeling. Don't worry about what else is going on. They're writing the word express. Express yourself. Express your thoughts, your ideas. People will listen to you. They're giving me the sense that you will have great influence. Your messages will be received. Okay, and so this is a really powerful time for you to just take charge, to go after what you really want, and see the influence. I feel like you're going to be witnessing a new influence in your life. Okay, now here we have the Seven of Water. And so this is telling us is that there is, what holds you back is your emotions. You get emotionally attached to too many things. You don't know where to focus. And so and then you kind of get sort of emotionally tangled up. All right. And so to avoid this, this is not about making decisions right now. This is the one energy. It's, it's sort of happening within your soul, and it's happening in your life. You're seeing opportunities coming in your soul. You're feeling new possibilities. You're feeling a new sense of confidence and inner magic, ability to create what you are seeing, and turning that idea, that potential, that new opportunity. You're seeing ways to transform it into something that really honors your spirit and your spiritual priorities. So don't get confused or upset about things shifting, okay, and old attachments. I get a sense that it's about new approaches. So don't worry so much that what you're receiving seems to be changing. It seems like it's rewriting, like you did all this work and it's like completely telling you to scrap it all. It may be something more of the approach that's going to change. But don't be inflexible. Just go with in these moments, don't try to wrestle with what you've done and what you're getting. Just go with it and see what happens. Just resign yourself. There's saying resignation here. just resign yourself to listen to your soul and trust it. Right? And the card I pulled from the bottom already is the Page of Air. And this is about this is someone, the page is someone who's very smart, young, so someone who doesn't have a lot of experience, but they're really quick and agile in terms of their ability to learn. So whatever the new opportunities and things that are coming up for you, you will be able to really sort of step right in and figure it out. Okay, that's what I'm really getting about this card. There are other messages and other associations with this card, but for right now, that's what I'm really getting about it. And you just need to be straightforward. Don't get, don't get cut out the BS. Don't get all emotional. Don't worry. Okay, don't go back into these emotions of, oh, I didn't do this. I failed at this. No, what they're saying is that you're a quick learner. Trust yourself, have courage. Whatever opportunities or anything that you are being guided to pursue, just take that leap. Don't worry about failing. Focus on where you're going to land. All right? So, I send you lots of love. Lots and lots of love. And I wish you strength and confidence, and that the work that the unicorns do with you washes away your emotional vulnerabilities, your insecurities, and empowers your perspective, your spiritual light to really shine all of your attributes and your skill. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for your likes and your comments in the recent videos. I'm going to be sending a video out that on the Guardian Angel Oracle cards by Chrissy Estelle. Finally got around to doing that review a week or two ago, so I'm going to go ahead and just publish that. So look out for that. Also, if you're looking for an angel reading, feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. Don't forget to join us for the angel card messages, which you can find on my Facebook page. You can also follow through Twitter. Have a beautiful and wonderful week, and be open to all the new ideas. This is about making plans and just seeing what the possibilities are. Okay? I love you. God bless you.